Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 93 of the Realm Recap. We are back, joined as always by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening. Sorry for holding things up, everybody. I've got a few emails saying, hurry up and get things sorted, but, you know.
I ran into those as well.
A few things to resolve. Yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Yep. You relocated to the other side of the planet.
I did. Just, an everyday thing, one day here, next day there, but back now and all settled in, and internet's ready. And God, it's been like 2 weeks or something, I think, literally.
It's been a while. It seems like it's been a long time. I mean, I think the last time we spoke, you were taking a trip out to California. You went to Rancho Obi-Wan.
I did. That's true. Went to Rancho. We never talked about that, I don't think.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
Pretty awesome. It's been a while.
Yep.
Yes. Well,
a lot of stuff's happened since
yes.
then. The Force Awakens came out on Blu-ray and DVD. We've got a new trailer, or the first trailer, I guess, for Rogue One, which was fantastic. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Some various store reports and announcements from the different brands out there. But we'll start off, as we usually do, with some of the Hasbro news for the past couple weeks. This one isn't Hasbro specific per se, but StarWars.com revealed the official look of what we'll see on the shelves. Everything right now has the Kylo Ren packaging design. Now things are going to switch up to more of a Rogue One theme, which I really like. I like the look of this packaging. It's almost very Marvel comic-like to me.
No, I agree. It's very aggressive, very boys' toy orientated. Then again, that's pretty much been the same with Maul and Kylo. So the troopers look great, AT-ATs look great. It's a nice callback to a lot of older collectors as well. So it's pretty strong. I like the colors too, blue and black. Nice and moody and broody. So I don't remember seeing the two pieces within the troopers' kind of air hoses they light up in the trailer, but I guess they do.
Yeah, I think it was reported by Jason Ward over at MakingStarWars.net. They had some inside information coming out regarding Rogue One, and I think there was a sketch he had done or something to that effect, and he had mentioned that the two little ports on the front of the helmet had glowed green. You could barely make them out. I think it probably just for the fact that it'll be a CGI effect that might be applied later. So,
still nice, cool little effect. I'm sure we'll see it on play features on helmets and other toys. Looks good.
Yep. So that will be all over the place. You'll see it in the in the grocery aisle. You'll see it on clothes, and this line look is going to be just everywhere. Everywhere you see Kylo Ren now, you'll be seeing this type of look. So. Get used to it. Yeah. It's here. Well, it's coming. Anyway.
That's true.
What else? Moving on to, we talked about this before, the Takodana set that comes with the Maz Kanata figure as really being the only newness to the box, other than Rey coming with a lightsaber. The other figures are slight repacks and repaints, but it's showed up on various retailers. Toys R Us has it available for pre-order. It did pop up on Target's website last week. Our friends at Jedi Defender had posted a DPCI for it, 087060194. I haven't done a check, today in the past 24 hours if that number is popping up using the BrickSeek Target inventory app online. So I haven't seen any locations for those yet. So it's still coming. I thought it would to be coming out for the Blu-ray and DVD release.
Yeah, me too. I don't understand why they've still held onto it. But then, I mean, I guess getting timing for these things really is hard. Getting shipments in, but you think, given that the only new figure is really this in the chest, they would have kind of got a little quicker. But oh well.
Well, and the fact too that it's labeled home entertainment pack, it almost screams like, hey, this was supposed to come out in conjunction with the with the Blu-ray or home video release, whatever you want to call it, the digital release.
Yep.
So again, probably a Hasbro distribution thing.
Exactly, and it's a big issue. I mean, again, a lot of people still don't quite understand how complex it is to get products out there. But Hasbro, they got to make them in China and ship them around the world. So stuff goes wrong. It takes time.
Right.
Good looking set though. Really does look good.
Yeah.
When you present them all together.
Yeah, I've seen online various websites out there have received advanced samples of this. I don't know if you've noticed that in your.
I have, yes.
Your time away.
I have some of the sites have get review copies which have not gone out to everyone, but I guess it's the new Hasbro PR company, so it might not be the old school people that they used to send it to. So don't know. Time will tell. Yeah,
I was in contact with a couple people who didn't receive it. I didn't receive it.
That's odd.
Man, they basically the PR company. I can't even remember what it is. It's like Litz Key or something like that. Said that they just didn't have enough to send out to everyone, apparently.
Which could be genuine, but sure. Yeah, I mean they already did this with the selection process or some questions at New York Comic Con, I think, as well, and just a lot of sites like yourself and just blank, nothing. We're like, okay, so there's been a change in the old PR company, and it's maybe things will iron themselves out in time, but it wouldn't be unlike Hasbro to make a bit of a mess of all of this, and of course exclude all these loving sites who give them all the publicity for free. But
yeah, people that actually like the product,
absolutely.
People received it that openly deride most of the Hasbro stuff, so it was just kind of funny. I thought that they would send them out too.
I agree with that.
But I digress, and sure, I'm a little bit bitter, maybe. But anyway.
No, I'm the same as well. We spend so much time doing this, Jason, quite frankly. It's like, hi, we exist. If you want to promote something, we'll gladly do it. But if they're going to be kind of weird about it, whatever. So, yes. Our next link is still down for me because of the access here. You want to go with that?
I will share the next link here. Just one moment. Screen share.
Right.
This next one, I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, here we go. As I fumble around with my windows, this next one was shared on Twitter by a user. What was it? The ginger. This ginger.
The ginger. Yep.
This was basically one of the Blade Builders items that we've seen pop up. This is essentially the Luke one that came out on Force Friday, but they've just repackaged it with Rey on the packaging. It's that Nerf lightsaber. I think
money for old lightsaber. Yeah.
Right. They've done that just to obviously capitalize on the popularity of Rey and an easy repack, recard, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. But you can't blame them for it, and if somebody wants to buy it, then so be it. But it's a little lazy. But
yeah, my kids saw it and they loved it and they want it. So who am I to argue with?
It worked.
It worked, I guess. What else do we have here? Next bit in our show notes. I think there's another Twitter link. More of the latest wave of the 3 3/4 inch figures have been showing up at retail. Target, for one, had a big reset, which kind of coincided with the DVD and Blu-ray launch. Most stores got those big cardboard aisle shipper things that are pre-packed with a bunch of stuff. I think they had a lot of the 6-inch Django Wave figures. This one in particular had. This one had the 9-nub assortment that has the unmasked Kylo Ren and the First Order Stormtrooper officer that has the extra gear on it.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty decent to see those finally show up at retail, at least at Target.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's one of the things this year they've really gone in for point of purchase displays, big time, from with some of the links we'll show later on with the BB-8 kind of units that you took some great stuff on Twitter. And loads of other displays. I've seen tons of them here as well, just huge big cardboard setups.
Right.
And we had them for Battlefront as well. It's been a big year, I think, for the point of purchase. It's, I guess, the movie has helped, but there's tons of this stuff out there. So
yeah, huge
nice
displays. Huge displays, like you said. There's the movie one, there's the BB-8 one, there's huge Millennium Falcon one, there's like individual character ones that I've seen as well, like a Chewbacca and a C-3PO. It's just scattered around, different stores in different, completely unrelated areas of the store as well. Like you'll see one kind of tucked away in, girls.
Yeah, exactly. Weird
or
something. Yeah. Coles is a good example. Sometimes I went into some stores in the US, Coles, KHOLS, and
right.
Yeah, they huge big cardboard displays, but tons of figures just bursting out everywhere. Didn't expect that, but yeah, there you go. It's I guess it's cheap to make, so it's the next one you'll have to open as well.
Okay, the next one was this one was shared by our friend Stud Shooter, who co-hosts the podcast with you regarding Lego.
That's right.
He picked up there was a couple weeks back some of what's proposed to be the Walmart exclusive assortment of figures that includes Captain Phasma, the Han Solo with his Starkiller base parka on, and I think there's the Leia in her formal gown. I don't know what you want to call it. Her blue dress, her bamboo butt hair. He picked up the Captain Phasma in that scale, the 3.75 inch. So he posted a quick snapshot of that on Twitter the other day.
It looks great. I kind of double took it 1 minute. I just thought, is this the 6-inch Phasma? Of course, I forgot. Because I mean, Matt's always been kind of saying to me that it's kind of hard on the West Coast to get some stuff sometimes, and they really didn't get it. It was more our neck of the woods, Nashville, Wisconsin, that kind of area that would tend to get stuff first. But there you go, I'm not there first. So
yeah, so I assume he picked it up on one of those various eBay auctions that are out there. I don't even know if it was an eBay, but yeah, it was good to see that in hand. I know Jedi Temple Archives had picked up one of them as well. I'm not sure if it was this one or if it was, I can't remember which figure it was from that, but anyway.
Good to see the coming and that line going for a little while longer anyway. So
yeah, it's been kind of a long time since there was a new figure assortment for that Walmart exclusive line that's shown up. So hopefully we'll get some sort of official announcement here soon from Hasbro.
You may now. I've just opened one of the links in our next our item number 6 in our show notes, which again, if you miss a link, they'll be underneath the video on Jason's and my site. It seems to be down as well for Hasbro. So if you want to check that too, they've got a 500 error on their page. I don't know why it might be fine for you, but
yep, it's not loading as well.
It's not loading. Damn it, Hasbro.
Well,
let me just put that up.
Yep. Well, hopefully it'll work by the time the show notes go live. But basically, it was Hasbro announcing their via the Pulse website, which they hadn't updated since December. It was people that received those Takodana multi-pack sets. They received a card in there announcing a photo contest of sorts. You tag your photograph that you take, and that has to do with the Force Awakens, using a Hasbro action figure, whether it's 6-inch, 3 3/4 inch, super articulated, or 5 POA. You tag it with the Hasbro toy pick as the hashtag, and they're going to accumulate various pictures, and they'll be on display at San Diego Comic-Con this year.
Or not. If the current... they're just sharing there. The 500 error on page is the current pulse for Hasbro Pulse. I'll tell you, I'm going to be critical for just a little second. I love Hasbro products by the bucket, sometimes too much. You get a Z- on the report card for actually telling us about products. And as far as a pulse is going, I think you can had a little dig at this a while ago. The pulse is gone. It's dead. The patient has left the building and is now a zombie. So I'm a marketer by trade, and I'll tell you, this is a terrible job in terms of keeping public relations going for brand sites and fans. Somebody get a finger at the butt and give us some information.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I think
I get sites down, but this is a joke. It's just.
I mean,
I don't want to be better, but
my site has enough problems staying up and live as it is, but so it's tough for me to criticize them. But geez, they've got the money to spend on keeping their site live and whatnot. Because like you said a couple weeks ago, I made a little dig at them. If only there was a site out there that you could announce new product without people stumbling on it at the store, because that's what happened.
Exactly.
We don't have it in the show notes and we haven't talked about it yet, but there was like this 12-inch figure 3-pack that started showing up at Target that had the 12-inch C-3PO, the BB-8, and the RO-FLO Astromech in it, completely unannounced, out of the blue. No one knew what the hell it was. It was just started showing up on the end cap one day prior to the release of the movie. And again, Hasbro's failings in promoting the product.
Drastically so. And again, I'm not being too bitchy about the site being down. It happens to everybody, which is fine. But it's just, as you said, I mean, the last article they posted was San Diego Comic-Con 6 months ago.
Regarding that
then with
6-inch C-3PO.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, if you're going to call something Pulse, make it regular. Otherwise, there is no Pulse. But anyway, I bitching aside, it's like, oh man, Hasbro, honest to God, not just a nightmare. Anyway, Twitter link. So over to you.
Okay, let's see. Let's
populate this here
quick. Let's see. What is this? This was something shared by a Twitter user that we both follow. May the Funko be with you. They post a lot of great tweets and whatnot regarding Funko Pop products and the like. This was a couple, I guess on the 6th or 5th of April. Funko produces little keychain miniatures of a lot of their Funko Pop characters, and we haven't as of yet seen Star Wars start to be available in that little niche line. But in this image that May the Funko Be With You had shared, there's a little Yoda keychain, little mini Pop figure. So obviously that line is about to expand with the Star Wars product. So I'll have to get that Yoda one for sure.
I know. I have to get them all. One little tip, I buy a lot of them, the keychains as they are. You unscrew the little, you just unscrew it. It's not like Lego. Some of the Lego minifigures where they're glued on, or it's a bolt right through the minifigure. You just unscrew the top of it, and yes, you do have a little hole on the top of the head of the figure, but you've got a little mini Pop. Very cool, very cheap and easy as well, and they're pretty easy to get hold of. So it's a great little tip if you want mini Pop.
Right, and you had just showed that pencil topper. Deadpool. Are they about that size, or are they bigger?
They're pretty much. In fact, I had one somewhere to hand. They're just a little bit bigger, I think. In fact, they're probably not much. They're not much bigger than that. So it's about an inch tall. About an inch tall. So, and they do have little tiny bobbleheads on them. If you've never bought one of the keychains, but for Marvel and just about every other product, I'll try and get one before the end of the call. There's one around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Here's one I prepared earlier. So there's a little Groot keychain.
Oh yeah.
And if again, you just unscrew and off it comes. So there's Deadpool. So they're not too out of scale.
Right.
So, but great little collectibles if you want to have them. So
very good. Speaking of more Funko, our friend Chris Perlow and others have started to find the Walmart exclusive assortment of the Funko Pop figures. That includes Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, Re-Eyes, depending on how you see it, and the AT-AT driver or AT-AT driver. Pretty cool. I can't wait to find these. I know they have started showing up here locally. Someone at random who I follow on Instagram posted they had found one of these figures, and I'm like, and they said they found it in Minnesota, and I'm like, where? And it was like down the street from where I work, and they kind of shop the same areas I shop. I'm like, holy cow, small world.
Exactly. Well, you maybe make a friend there. Someone's literally around the corner. But is that my eyes? That Walgreens green Kit Fisto, an orange one on the box?
Yeah, that's right? Kind of a I don't know if it's the. It must be the color of the packaging, or maybe it's a filter on the image. But the other colors seem to be right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But okay. Reese looks fantastic, as does the AT-AT driver. I'm not so fussed about the Jedi, but
yeah,
I should be able to pick these up here. All good.
Nice. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have for you down under. Pop Culture, which is a retailer online that deals in a lot of the pop vinyl type merchandise. They have the Finn or FN 2187, the bloody helmet version, available on their site, and they ship worldwide, correct?
That's right, they do. They ship. I think it's on about, but yeah, exclusives pretty much that we just showed the outside, and it's something that really hit me when I went. I was just in the UK recently, as well, and a few people that I know on Instagram. Actually, inside the US if there's really no exclusives, they're just widely available. So it's very strange to see when you walk into. I took a photograph at a BP gas station a few weeks ago here, and I was in, and there's tons of just rare variants and chases and metallic Harley Quinn and this, that, and the lightsaber Finn, whatever exclusive that was for.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and all this stuff's in there. So it's just a weird thing to go from such a country where everything's so tied to store exclusive to take your pick. So yeah, don't discount pop culture if you're really struggling to find a rare or exclusive pop. They do pretty much all come out. So.
Yeah, because I remember you posting that image, and we had talked, I think it was a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was a store, like a GameStop or whatever, and you said it was a gas station, and it just kind of blew me away that you find that on the side of the road somewhere. And
well, I mean, I've been traveling. A friend of mine, Jim in Nashville, and I used to travel around looking for some of these Walgreens Marvel Pop exclusives. Could not find them, and I come here and I could just give them away. They're just everywhere. So it's a very weird situation, but it's the way it works. It's the way it works.
Let's see. Moving on to some of the other higher-end merchandise lines. Sideshow put up for pre-order their Luke Skywalker Rogue Group Snowspeeder pilot, which is pretty nice. For it is pretty comparable to the Hot Toys product. This isn't a Hot Toys figure, but I mean, it would fit right in with that quality. The likeness is really good.
I had the X-Wing pilot Luke, and it's a good figure. I do like it. The facial likeness, they knocked it at the park on the facial likeness, but I guess in some ways, I just feel it's so close to the X-Wing suit. I know there's slight differences, but it does look cooler, I have to say. This does look way cooler. And the helmets get some great features on it too. The goggles go back inside the helmet. The one thing that's really scary is handling the helmet with the little microphone.
Right.
Because it doesn't retract, but it's really, really fragile. But it's a great looking figure. I love the suit. It's much more plastic looking than the X-Wing suit, which was kind of cloth. So this is a much more kind of, I guess, for the weather, more kind of plasticky feel, but it's nice.
Regarding that X-Wing one that came out, that didn't include a lightsaber, did it?
I don't think it did, from memory. I might be wrong. I can't remember. I don't have it offhand. But no, I don't think it did. I don't think it did. So you get in the extra benefit of that. But that's Empire look. It just nails it. It's really good. Ungloved hands.
Ooh.
That's right. That was the glove. The gloves were the. I know, isn't it bizarre, the exclusives these days? But it was the X-Wing had the gloved hands, or the gloves, which were the exclusive, I think.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
It was a weird little accessory. They look good. Really, so that their sculpting on the facial likeness is just getting better all the time.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know a lot of people that love that style of the figures, so I'm sure it'll be popular.
Yep. This next one was something that had just come up over the past 24 hours or so. SH Figuarts had posted final shots solicitation imagery for the Jango Fett figure, which looks really good.
I hadn't seen this. I saw the link there, but yeah, this looks pretty good. Tons of articulation.
Yeah, Hasbro's version is really good as well.
Yeah, it's stunning. Yes, it's really good.
So
wow,
there's some cool differences with this one. In the accessories department, both of them pretty much are the same. Hasbro's in this one. There are just some slight tweaks. They have the bladed gauntlets like you're showing now, which the Hasbro version doesn't have. It's got the cool grappling hook deal.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, but like, it's not for everybody. I mean, these are from memory around Figuarts is a kind of 50, 60,
right.
Probably 70 then you get it delivered a US price kind of figure, but they're definitely super articulated up the wazoo. They're everything going for them. He looks great. He looks great. The weathering looks great. Detail looks great. Did you buy any Figuarts recently? Did you get any?
No, I haven't been picking those up. I was going to get into the line, and then I just double pumped on it and didn't go that route. So I've been buying too much other shit, to be honest. We'll get to it. My Funko Pop
addiction
wall.
Dude, you're not alone. You're not alone. Anyway, the Figuarts. I think we discussed it on a previous show, but yeah, just watch a couple of reviews. I did a review of Phasma, and it's wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but they're still great. They're still great, but not for everybody.
Yep.
Anyhow,
next one here. I'll probably need you to share this one. Just one moment. This one was in regards to Gentle Giant had posted a tease of some new products that are going to be coming out for Premier Guild members. They posted some silhouettes of various. It's hard to tell what some of these are, but they did, in fact, reveal today that they're going to have some, like an Ugnaught 2-pack, which that's what the one I'm screen sharing now. One of them is holding C-3PO's arm. The other one, I believe, is going to be holding C-3PO's head.
Nice.
That's kind of a cool
one. I
one.
did not know what they were.
Yeah. Let me see if I could.
The other one was dead easy.
Yeah. The other ones were pretty simple. Let me. I don't know if I have direct access to those right now, but there was a silhouette of the Han Solo and Carbonite Jumbo Kenner figure, which I thought was a pretty cool choice. It's essentially two figures, considering the block of plastic that you get with the Han. There was another mini bus that had the silhouette of Admiral Akbar, and it was confirmed by them today that that's the Episode 7 Admiral Akbar, which is cool.
Nice.
What was the other one? Do you recall?
I think I
have it here on my desktop. Let's see. There was they have that new line that's more of a traditional bust. The classic bust, I think, is what they call it. It's a stormtrooper.
Is that the one where it's concaved in, or?
Yeah, where it's really just the torso and it's sitting on like a pedestal type base. They confirmed that was a shadow stormtrooper coming for that. So
I know a few people who'll have to get that for their collections. Very good.
Let's see. And they didn't make any, as far as I have seen in the past couple hours. I don't think they've posted when those are going to go up for order for Premier Guild members. But
I haven't seen, no.
I would assume in the next week or so. Let's see. Oh, there was the link right underneath. Let's see. Moving on to some announcements that were made for the DVD launch. There was the reissue of some of the Elite series figures.
Yep.
From the Disney store.
Yep.
So most stores.
2:20 Central Time. Wow.
Yeah, they went up in the early morning hours. They reissued and tweaked a few of the figures that were kind of hard to find upon initial launches of them. Boba Fett, for one, they changed quite, I don't want to say dramatically, but they added the cape, which wasn't present on the first release, and there's some slight paint tweaks. Nothing overly significant, but the inclusion of the cape was a pretty big deal.
I think that was an error.
Yeah. The Darth Vader they reissued. I think from what I had read, there are some slight paint differences. It looks maybe more glossy than the first release. General Grievous, I'm not sure what the differences there were. I think people had problems with that figure initially where it would topple over pretty easily because of the weight.
Which wouldn't surprise me because it's the Elite are heavy. They're very heavy figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be quite hard to stand, that figure, but maybe one to keep in the package. I don't know.
Right, and they look fantastic in the box. So if you were to just be a boxed collector.
Yep, great stands too.
Who else was in there? There was a Anakin Skywalker, a stormtrooper, regular stormtrooper. I don't think there were any changes to that. There's the Anakin Skywalker. They updated that one quite a bit as well.
Did they?
The first release, it looked like he was wearing pink lipstick.
Well, you never know. Metrosexual and all that these days.
They went a little heavy with the face paint.
The face paint.
The second version was a more muted tone on the lips, so it didn't look quite so glam rock. I don't know.
Yeah, it's still looking a little David Bowie-ish there for me, but
right. And I think I also read that they changed the lightsaber blade. The first one was like a solid blue color, and the revised release is more of a clear blue plastic. Just a little tweak there for people that are into having to have one of everything.
If the line's popular, I mean, it's nice that it's rare that you get a chance to get figures re-released, but I mean, these are pretty simple to build. They're screw together parts, so they're pretty easy going, I'm sure, for the factories to remake them and tweak them.
Right.
They look good. They do look good. Affiliate for you, yeah.
The Darth Maul. They did there were some differences as well between the first release and this one. The first one had gray horns on the top of his head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's really distracting when you look at him side by side. I think if you go over to swcollector.com, he's got some side by side comparisons of the two.
Nice.
The second release, the horns are yellow, which is obviously better in keeping with the design of the figure. They also changed the color of the face a little bit. I think it's either brighter or darker. I can't remember which compared to the first release.
Wow. And
they also changed they have some like gold accents or silver accents on the belt.
Yep.
They changed them from orange to yellow or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but there are some differences that make the reissue stand out from the first.
What a pain in the butt to have to go and rebuy these if you if they're improved and better, then you'll want the best ones. So
yep.
Oh, well.
Let's see what else. More diecast news. Also on April 4th or 5th, whichever day the Blu-ray came out, I don't remember. Disney stores announced that they were going to have a whole launch on May the 4th of a lot of Boba Fett product.
It's working.
And I might have to open that link if it's not working for you.
It's working now.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I saw this. This was pretty good.
Yeah, there's a pin that's going to be available. There's also going to be another Boba Fett, a prototype Boba Fett, in the all white armor.
Yep. I think you'll be passing that one. Not.
Right. Yeah, that's a definite must buy.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, they have different events planned for the weekends leading up to the May the 4th that you can take your kids and get some free goodies, and they do little projects with the kids that they put on, so pretty decent.
Every year May the 4th just gets that bit bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's nice to see.
They also are going to have some new Boba Fett Tsum Tsums. I don't know if you've seen those or got into those.
I don't want to go there. Plush things, I'm just staying away from. They do look good. But not for me.
Get some here.
You went in there. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Very meta. Are your kids into it? Have they kind of gone a bit?
Yeah, we've got, Disney, they have just a ton of characters from the other. I think we've got, 60 from other lines that are over there. And then I've got my original trilogy and Phantom Menace pile going on over here. So, yeah, we're kind of into them here. So,
yeah, good.
But yeah, they're gonna have some exclusive ones coming on May the 4th for Boba Fett. That the first release for Fett was more of the Return of the Jedi colors, the brighter red and green and blue and yellow decoration. They're having a Empire Strikes Back version that's going to be coming out, and it's got like the dent in the helmet, stitched in, and different sizes, kind of like the larger pillow size. You're gonna have a couple variants of those, so crazy for those kind of collectors. What else we have? I don't know if that link is working for you. Another series of the Vinylmation line is coming out, or it has been released.
I like the Jabba's skiff barge as the ear backdrops for some of the characters, and Endor is down there. I'm not sure whether that's Ula's colors or that's Rancor above her, but
yeah, I think it's her little Leku head tail things.
Oh, so it is. Well done. Well done. And the Force mood of Endor with a little radar dish for these guys.
Yeah. So I think there are 7 common characters available here, and there are 3 chase figures, I believe, from what I read. There's a Luke that doesn't have the helmet painted on. It's just his hair. There's a Leia in Endor gear, and then there's like a battle-damaged stormtrooper. So, and those things go for crazy money, the chase ones.
Yeah.
I've got, I don't know, maybe a dozen of some of the Vinylmation lines. I've got the prototype Boba Fett, of course. There's a Spirit, the Jedi Spirit set that came out a couple weeks back. I picked that up because it has a little Spirit Yoda in it.
Nice.
There's some Rebels figures that I have, but yeah, they're kind of addicting too. Not as addicting as some of the Pop ones. These are a little bit more expensive, but the chase ones are ridiculously expensive for that line.
Yeah, I think it's the same even for some of the older Kubricks as well. They were always really expensive. Anything chase is just kind of nuts. So
let's see, what else do we have here? Hot Wheels, something a little bit more affordable. Some new cars have started showing up on the pegs. Collector Cantina had shared via Twitter a single version of the Ray car that you could previously only get with the Flame Trooper car. It was sold as a 2-pack.
That's right.
Got this individual car. I think the deco is the same. It looks the same.
Yeah, they seem to make very minimal changes. I noticed on a lot of the Marvel ones, particularly for the Iron Man. I mean, it's literally just a couple of silver dots for some of the variants and versions, so it's very minimal. So
there's also a Han Solo car from the Force Awakens.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I mean, they have the mold for the first Han Solo car that came out. I don't know if it's the same car, just with a darker deco.
I think it is. I think it's the same car. I may be wrong, but I saw this in stores here as well, and someone had scalped the good ones, and they'd left a hand. So I'm thinking maybe hands two per case or something. But
Could be.
he, yeah, it looks to me like a slightly repainted version of the existing car. As I said, that's kind of Hot Wheels model. It seems to be the same they do for like Hasbro Marvel Legends. They just same thing, but just slightly repainted, different card.
Yep.
The card art is gorgeous. That's the one thing I love about these. It's just Jabba's crazy looking.
He's like drunk.
Yeah, go home, Jabba. You're drunk.
He's got the drunk eye going. But no, I like the car. It's kind of a.
It's cool. Chunky, it's weird, isn't it?
Chunky little car. It's cool.
It is very bizarre.
So I need those. What else? Just the other day, Monday, Hallmark announced their convention exclusives, and it's gonna be murder. It's gonna be people will be killing each other trying to get some of these. I think Hallmark ornaments are for the people that are into them. They're very popular around convention time, whether it's San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con or Celebration. But they announced that they're having a Boba Fett one that, of course, is the Macquarie prototype looking Fett. Not the actual prototype Fett, but the actual, first design of Fett.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2-pack. It includes a full-size figure for the one, and then the other ornament is the first iteration of the helmet.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Very reminiscent that the Hasbro figure from that years ago, the Ralph McQuarrie figure was a bit of a belter. That was a good one. Yep.
So I need that for sure. It's going to be ridiculous money.
Isn't it crazy for Hallmark ornament that the prices are just, I know. It's just, there's a lot to be said about limited editions, that's for sure. But they are out there. That's what happens.
And then they have a 2-pack from their itty bitties line of little plush things that are not Zoom Zooms and are not bobbly. These are the Jabba and Slave Leia, which is kind of surprising considering I thought it was mandated that no Slave Leia merchandise gets produced ever again.
Exactly. Well, I think that was just a lot of hype and
probably.
But I love what they've done here with the Jabba to make his layers of flab. They've just kind of stuffed it over the kind of part of the wood. It's actually quite an effective little thing for plush, but
yeah.
Ho. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a plush fan, it's not a bad time to be getting back into Star Wars. So there's plenty of stuff.
Let's see. Moving on, we've got a couple custom bits here in the show notes. You had shared one. I'm not sure if there's a link.
This is Zach saying. This is I think this is Zach saying. Yes.
Yeah.
A viewer of ours and someone got in touch with us and talked about. I constantly moaned about, for example, some of my reviews. I talk about the fact that a weapon for a Black Series figure would maybe have no paint or no silver or no chrome or any kind of effect, and I must admit I do go on about it all the time because it's just I hate cheap black plastic weapons. And he came up with a great tip, and he sent me an email, and basically he was going to send me an image, but he's not had a chance, so I thought I'd just explain it here a little bit. All you need is a silver Sharpie, a little bit of kitchen towel. Put the silver Sharpie on the kitchen towel or on the pen, either way, and just rub it gently up and down the weapon if it's a rifle, and it adds a little bit of silver, so you're not painting on the weapon itself. It just silvers it up, gives it a little chrome edge in some way. So I'm going to try and do a little video separately and show that and actually do one and make complete balls of it probably. But cool little tip if someone wants to try it is I'll probably be silver eyebrows and whatever, but we'll make a little video, I'll stick it on the channel. But
shiny and chrome.
Exactly, shiny, how to chrome yourself up. But nice little tip that I never thought about. So if you get a black plastic weapon like a Stormtrooper rifle and it's not got chrome, it can work. So thank you, Zach Sine, for watching the Realm Recap and my channel and our stuff that we put out. And that was a nice little tip. I feel thank you for sending
that.
So
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
What else? Hole in the Ground Productions. They had some new offerings available. We've shared their store front before. Some new chairs and whatnot.
Yeah, they did. Little tech chairs. They just keep going. They keep making stuff all the time. A door was out the last time. Was something else. Cube crates. Anyway, go and check their stuff. They've just got a ton of stuff. A lot of 3.75-inch stuff. These are little plates for, I guess they were for like Hoth.
Right, the hallways.
The hallways, and I mean, it's so meta. Some of the details just crazy. So obviously they can't see it. And we talked about this one ages ago, but great looking little vehicles. They just look great. Hasbro are not going to make these, so there's your chance to get this stuff. That's one we showed in the past as well. That little piece from the cantina outside, but backdrops and doors and panels and all sorts of stuff. And they're such a nice bunch, and they're always very nice to you and I, and giving us some props. So yeah, Hole in the Ground Productions, check them out.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff they initially produced for the 3.75-inch scale, and they've tooled it up to work with the 6-inch scale. So it's kind of way to serve those collectors as well. So it's really good. So yeah, holeinthegroundpro.com is their site.
Yes.
What else?
Link.
There was a custom Ray that had popped up on our Twitter feeds last week, which was it's a really good mod to the Walmart exclusive version.
It is, and a very simple one to do, really, I guess. Just the goggles, cutting them out and gluing them back up the head, and or cutting at that mask area, I should say. But it looks great. It's a really nice one to do.
Yep, I'll have to try that.
Get a sharp knife and an adult and give it a go.
Yeah, a lot of people share stuff with us on social media, whether it's Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. If you it's pretty much guaranteed if you tag either one of us in any sort of custom or any sort of news, we'll just retweet it and favorite it and get it out there, because that's what social media is for, and it's all about spreading the word and
absolutely
whatnot.
Talking of customs,
geez, this one was a good one that popped up over the weekend. This is a custom Death Star playset that is very G.I. Joe Terrordrome like.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's true. Never thought of that. But it's just wowzer. I mean, what a great compact way to make a playset as well, and just lots of accessible little parts. And then that looks to me like a 3.75-inch Death Star part of actual playset that they've kind of wedged in there. Maybe a Hole in the Ground Productions part in there as well. But just I cannot wait for the 6-inch carbonate set once they bring that out eventually. That'll be something they do, hopefully. But yeah, it looks great. Playsets, Hasbro, we want them. Oh, how good is that? That's just, I mean, a couple of stickers. I mean, it's so easy for Hasbro to make. No articulated parts, dead easy. But they just
what's neat about this too is that all those little doors, they just kind of fold up, and it all closes in on itself, and it just makes for a really interesting multi-sided display, versatile, and really easily photographable as well.
And again, from a marketing perspective, I mean, you could almost this could be Death Star 1, Death Star 2.
Right.
You could modify bits for Star Killer Base. I mean, come on, Hasbro, get in there. But leave it to the fans to make some good stuff. So yeah, Jack Stuck made that, and click the link in the show notes to follow his Twitter feed.
Yep. And let's see, one of the final customs here that we have, our friend Brendan Flores, who shares a lot of items with you and I on Facebook and Twitter. When the new Rogue One trailer dropped, he felt the need to come up with a custom Shadow Trooper, as they're being called, Shadow or Death Trooper. He kind of showed a work in progress image. They're taking a standard Stormtrooper, adding a few little bits to the helmet, as you can see. Painted it black and put it in a cool little diorama that he had built. Looks just like the movie.
I know. I think Brandon literally doesn't sleep and has an army of minions, dude. Because he just churns these things out like overnight.
Yeah,
it's insane. But a great job as usual. So Yeah, click on the link in the show notes and you can see a kind of higher res picture and zoom in on that, because it's just the mask and the detail he's just done. Is even his paint skills are just off the charts. He's really good.
Yeah, and he doesn't do just Star Wars stuff either. He does stuff for Alien, and just he's really versatile in his in his style, as far as, he does vehicles, he does figures. It's really someone to follow on social media if you're really into the customizing aspect.
Definitely.
So let's see, moving on to some of the TV, movie, book, and game news. We'll get into some of the Force Awakens related merchandise. We had talked about this before. Some displays that had shown up in store that popped up around midnight. I believe there's a link there.
Yep, just opening that up just now. Twitter's definitely slow today. There we go.
Yep, this was my local Walmart. Great BB-8 display.
That's right. And I believe the BB-8 package, when you open it up, the characters inside, but there's no difference whatsoever. It's just the same. It's just Walmart exclusive packaging, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Exclusive packaging, so as it says there. But yeah, it's a pretty impressive store display. I mean, it kind of trumps the kind of crappy one that was at Target now. I mean, I thought that was good with the rotating head, but this is very impressive. So, and you managed to get the Boston spy that you are. You managed to get the plans for the BB-8 unit, didn't you? So
yeah, the instructions, the build instructions, they were out and about, and I asked someone at the store, and they didn't seem to mind that I took them. So I'm going to give them to Chris over at First Order Transmissions, since he's a huge astromech and BB-8 collector. So I figured I'd give it to him.
Did you find any exhaust ports in the plans? No,
no. I did find something interesting, that this display wasn't just for Walmart, because it had Best Buy's name on the top of it. So it's like a shared display, but not a shared exclusive as far as the packaging goes. Because as we know, the Best Buy, they got the exclusive Steelbook here in the US.
Yep. It's a place called GB Hi-Fi here that gets it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, the Steelbooks. Yeah, Steelbooks are very popular here. Very popular here. I didn't think they were so popular in the US, but I guess they're gaining traction. I don't know. Best Buy seems to be the place to get them.
Yeah. But, let's see. Star Wars Rebels season finale and discussion. This was something that was shared by one of our followers on Twitter, Ben of Ren, which is a great Twitter name.
Yeah, it is Ben of Ren. That's true. Yes. Just waiting for this. Twitter's definitely playing up today, so there we go. I think it's coming up now. Here we go.
There's a cool observation that he had or he had shared. He said he saw it on someone's Twitter page. The finale of the Clone Wars, when Ahsoka leaves the Order, has a very kind of an iconic look to it, where she's walking away down the stairs and everything is framed very angular. And again, on the season finale of Star Wars Rebels season 2, it's eerily similar, where she's walking away with triangular shapes, on either side, and she's walking away. It's just kind of a cool observation that he had shared.
It is. It's very, very cool indeed. I wonder in some ways whether they're almost, I know animation, they have to reuse a lot of components, whether the walking away scene, they thought, well, we could reuse that if we, I don't know, but it's either way, it's very prophetic and kind of quite deep. And I love the little touch as well. And I guess maybe spoiler alert if you've not seen the finale, but the little mortis bird at the end, I didn't realize half of the things in that final episode, but yes, very good indeed.
Yeah, if you want to listen to some of the discussions regarding that final season and final episode, I think I guessed I was over on the First Order Transmissions podcast, where we broke down that last episode. We also talked to Fred Prinze Jr. that week. Also, Taylor Gray, who voices Ezra. We talked to Vanessa Marshall as well. So it was a busy week regarding the finale of Star Wars Rebels, and got a lot of cool insight from Freddie Prinze Jr. on what he thought of the season. So it's cool. Always give those a listen. There's a lot of good insight there.
Exactly. And as you said, we're part of the First Order pod, but they do an amazing job of getting all of the Star Wars Rebels cast.
Right.
Bang on time scheduled for the finale, and interviews, and yeah, stunning job of Corey and crew there. So yeah, very good.
Let's see. This week we got treated to the first teaser trailer for Rogue One, and it was far better than I expected. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's just for the fact that we're dealing with basically all unknown characters. There's something very fresh about this. Well, even though you know what the story is.
Mm-hmm. It's we're playing a little clip here, and I'm just going to skip through it because YouTube doesn't like when you share other people's videos.
They don't.
But, incredibly dark was the first thing I thought, which I loved. A real darkness, and I mean, it's a bleak time for the Rebels. It's a very dark time, so it's not going to be sunshine and lollipops for them at all. But so many familiar things. The Yavin base, I guess.
Right.
The background kind of green charts, which is kind of echoed into the Force Awakens with Leia as well, which was from A New Hope. The main lead character, when she says "I rebel," just spines just chilling. Yep. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And seeing troopers and explosions. We're going through the Lucasfilm logo, Star Destroyers, the Death Star. I mean, it's
getting dish installed.
And again, it's getting Sky TV, Foxtel, and Verizon, whatever else. Yeah, it's getting the whole thing packaged in. That'll cost a fortune. This Ben Mendelsohn, I don't know if you know much about Ben Mendelsohn as an actor. This guy has, over the past few years, just blown me away of how good he is.
Right.
He's had a lot of smaller kind of movie parts, but I think this is really going to blow him up to the point of seeing he can just play such a bad guy intensely. But he's perfect for this role. Absolutely perfect as this Grand Admiral, I believe, or
some higher ups.
Yeah, someone higher up. So I always thought Grand Admirals had the white uniform, a la what was his name from
Thrawn?
Well, not necessarily Thrawn. Yes, Thrawn, but the character from it. He was in A New Hope, sat around the table, white hair. Who was also in
Yularen.
Yularen, yes, exactly. So I thought at one point this was maybe a younger Yularen, but no, that's not his character.
That'd be cool.
Looks. That would be cool too. But he just looks so menacing in the gear, and he seems to be all cybernetic parts as well. It's
it's like bounty hunter maybe.
Yep. And this blind, maybe I believe he's supposed to be blind. Kind of. He's not a Jedi, I believe, but just a kind of a kick-ass martial artist. That's for sure. And classic. What else we got? And this final sequence again, where she, I guess
so awesome.
The pilot. It's just what's going on, and the kind of tunnel like Bespin,
right?
Where Luke, just weird little tiny little things, but
I mean they've got the visual cues nailed down for this. I mean, it looks
absolutely
so much like original trilogy Star Wars. We didn't even show in the little freeze frame there the AT-ATs that are walking and firing on them. It's just
that's right.
It hits all the right spots for me as far as a Star Wars movie. It's almost like what you thought Star Wars Rebels, the animated series, would have been. Obviously they can't do that for Disney kids commercial or cartoon essentially. But this is. I mean, if they could do something like this, I'm all in for the spin-off movies if they look like this, because I wasn't sure of the necessity of the spin-off movies, but this sold me big time on them.
I think if you're a Marvel fan, you really get the whole connected universe, and that's a big part of it.
Right.
Is with the upcoming Civil War movies and Ant-Man and the way that the Agents of Shield ties in, and even comics tie in. They get it. They get this planning and strategy for a universe, and I think this is what Star Wars. I mean, it's Disney, so they're doing it. But I love the little tank troopers. So we're going to get some kind of tanks or something going on.
Yeah.
And it's very trooper heavy as well. It seems to be. Obviously, the story of that Shadow Trooper. But you're right. The AT-ATs are there.
Oh, look at that!
They seem like bigger than normal. I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's nuts. And this seems like a really pivotal scene. The one that we've seen, the aerial photographs that were leaked everywhere on the web. The kind of undercarriage of like a shuttle Tidarium kind of looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just epic. It just looks fantastic. Just nailed the darkness, nailed the quality, and the characters. That the original, as I said, the Mon Mothma actor from Episode 3, who was sadly cut. She's Mon Mothma.
Yeah,
she looks so like her. But I love seeing trailers. I love the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, they nailed the tone for this big time. I mean, this is a great first taste on what, it's kind of funny too. I tweeted out before, when this trailer came out, because they released a poster as well. Because there are people out there, I don't blame them. They think this is the sequel to The Force Awakens, and it's like,
really?
No, it's not. It's essentially, they tell you what it's all about. But I put a link in the show notes of the poster that I made, which is essentially the same thing as a teaser poster, but it says, "This is not this is not a sequel to The Force Awakens, so stop asking."
Oh man, I guess. Oh, there we go. There's your tweet. They'll just share that out for completeness. Yes, not a sequel to The Force Awakens. Stop asking. That's nuts that people think that. That's crazy. Oh, never mind. I guess. Well,
there's people. I would say there's people out there that are not as heavily immersed in Star Wars as we might be.
True,
but still,
yeah. I know. Yeah, Genevieve O'Reilly was the person we were talking about there, but wow, that's just nailed it.
Perfect. Prophetic casting.
I know, and age perfect as well. She's just that little bit more mature now as well from the movies. So yeah,
good deal.
Very cool.
Couple. What else do we have here? Couple comic bits of news here. Poe Dameron #2 was revealed this week.
That's right. I'm loving. I've always been a John Tyler Christopher fan. A very nice guy and very approachable. If I can get this link to explode there, we can see there's Poe Dameron #2. But Phil Noto, who also does stunning artwork,
gorgeous.
I'm just sadly now completely addicted to all his work too. So I just love this cover. I love seeing the troopers in this. I haven't yet read the Poe comics.
I have not either.
So, yeah, they look good. I like it. Great to see some backstory for Poe Dameron. I always thought he was a very interesting character for the comics, but or from the movies. But I don't know. He flew the ship at the end. We never really got much more. It was always really a very heavy Finn and Rey thing.
Right.
Looking forward to see more about Poe.
Yep.
Anyway,
also this week,
I think we got a.
Or was it today? In fact, the C-3PO comic finally came out after several delays. We finally get to see how he got his red arm.
Let me just share that. My apologies. This is a little slow. Yeah, we'll finally get the story that he was so eager to tell us in the Force Awakens. There we go. There we go. C-3PO. So yes.
I haven't.
James Robinson.
I haven't picked this one up.
Go ahead.
I haven't picked this one up. Have you?
I think there's a variant cover by John Tyler Christopher. So my
there is.
Probably will, then I've ordered it. Probably I've just pretty much ordered everything. So
yeah, it's essentially it's the first C-3PO cover that he came out with before, but it's got the red arm.
The red arm. There you go. So yes, it'll be on the way, or I'll be ordered. Yeah, I know he's got me too. So it's just I've got to get them all now. That's it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I was listening to Chris Pirillo earlier tonight, and he picked this up, and he said the comic was really good. He really enjoyed it. So,
okay,
after being delayed several times, I'm glad that he thought it paid off. You know, there's some people that would say, you know, it's like, who cares now? You know, the movie's been out for, 4 months. It's like, does it matter anymore that he has his red arm or how he got it? And it didn't seem to be a big thing. He had the red arm in the movie, and then at the end he didn't anymore. It was like, why even develop that storyline further? But it's good that they did, and people enjoyed the story they developed around that.
Yep, I agree.
Speaking of Chris Pirillo, he shared that there were a few of the movie soundtracks that were available for download for free. I don't know if you caught that.
Right. I did indeed. And actually, he told us about the A New Hope being available, but I just shared it afterwards. Kind of went digging, and The Empire Strikes Back was available too. So yeah, so you can get the first 2 soundtracks, episode 4 and 5, if it's still available. It might not be, but we'll have a little check. So yeah, it just happened to. No, it's full price now. But at the time, if you were following you or I or Chris, we would have shared out the episode 4 and episode 5 were free because you get it for free. It was a kind of weird one to give away for free.
Yeah,
pretty bizarre. But and only 2 soundtracks. But there's a bunch of stuff. If you Google like Amazon MP3 free, there's just they give a bunch of stuff regularly away. Tends to not be the most collectible stuff you'd want. The Yoga album was one that was in there, and classic chill out sounds from the ocean was another one. Wow. But whatever. So yeah,
it'll come in handy. Let's see, a couple other last bit of news here. First Order Transmissions, we spoke of them earlier. We were part of their 200th episode recently. We did the Force Awakens live commentary, which was pretty fun.
That was good fun.
Sit around and shoot the breeze on that. So give that a watch and give that a listen. You have to sync up your viewing of the movie at the same time, otherwise it doesn't quite have the same impact if you're just watching the podcast. No.
I agree.
What else? Mark Hamill had posted well, not just Mark Hamill, but they announced a new Force for Change campaign, and it was kind of funny. Mark's whole approach to everything regarding Star Wars is usually very funny.
It was indeed. I must admit, I wondered what is going on, and then of course the dialogue. So yeah, he's I have dialogue in this movie. Okay, so he's a very funny guy. Even some of the tweets that had been out there. I don't know if you saw the one earlier through the week, which had been shot a couple of weeks ago at Pinewood. Well, yeah, a while back at Pinewood Studios. Daisy Ridley and Mark Hamill. So
yeah, that's
good fun.
That's a meme in and of itself. It's taken off quite a bit.
I know it is. I know. Cool.
Last little bit of book news here. There was an Ahsoka novel announced right around the time of the finale for Star Wars Rebels. They're going to explore the time between the Clone Wars and Rebels, I believe.
Very good. Ahsoka lives. She just keeps going, whatever way you look at it. So
hugely popular character.
I know, she really is. So that is good.
That comes out in October of 2016. So people looking for more books to add to their libraries, then you could pre-order that one.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they've got that they can still continue to go with Ahsoka as well. I mean, previously to join the Rebels, there's plenty of stories, so there's no reason it needs to end.
Right. Let's see. That brings us to our reviews and our new acquisitions. Easy for me to say. For the past couple weeks, you had a quick little thing here regarding some stands.
Yes, just while I was in the UK a couple of weeks ago, I managed to squeeze in a video staying with some friends and got time. One of the guys, I don't have his name offhand here, but Inventio 3D is the company, and he kindly sent across some Black Series stands. Yet again, another thing that I whinge about in videos is there's no stands for these figures. So I'll just get through this ad here in a sec, and the stands that he's made fit beautifully for a Black Series figure. So if you haven't had a chance, check them out. A video, you'll see a little bit more. They also work for Marvel Legends. They're just beautiful. They really, really work well. And he has tons of them that he's made specifically just for certain characters. He's made one for BB-8, for example, just a single peg.
Nice.
Beautiful idea. It's really, really well done. So there's a lot of nice stuff. He's also made a baton for the Force Awakens Riot Troopers.
Right.
So click on the link, go to the video, click on the link, go to his site there, and you'll see all the stuff that he's got. But rather than the version which Hasbro's made with the closed traitor gun or baton, whatever you want to call it, it's open with an electric shock on it. So
cool.
Nice little thing that he's got available. But that's it.
Nice. New toy purchases for the past couple of weeks. How have you been doing? I've been a disaster, but how?
You've been a disaster
yes.
in terms of quantity.
Yeah.
I'll be quick, but okay. So Disney Infinity Boba Fett.
Very nice.
Finally came out in the States. I just bought it before I left. And these are a very good $10 US over here. Pretty much every Disney Infinity is really cheap. I think they're still not selling as well as people would suggest.
Yeah.
But they're literally giving them away for $10 here, so couldn't say no. Force Awakens Blu-ray, picked up the US version. These are a very cheap $11 here for the 2-packs. Well, per figure, 22 odd US for the 2-pack, so couldn't say no for a pack of them. The new, I don't know if you had a chance to pick them up yet, the Black Series 6-inch trio of figures, the Ahsoka, and I love these.
They're on the way.
Impressed with it. They are very impressive. So yeah, I've got some more coming from Dorkside as well. I picked up some openers here, but they're just, paint's good, articulation's good. A lot of people don't have an issue with the look, but I really like it. I think it's really good. So we'll talk about them and some pens from Dorkside Toys. Picked up the Deadpool because I'm just mad. And one last thing, which I haven't reviewed yet, which I just love, is the Hot Toys.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Now, I loved the Trooper, but the armor was a little bit restrictive. This guy's all soft fabric, so it's the best. It's the best. If you're going to get one figure, get this. The backpack, you can remove the Commander Pauldron. Bizarrely, the backpack's not magnetic like the Troopers are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It just comes on a little clip. I don't know. It's kind of weird why they do it one way and not the other, but it comes with macro binoculars and the extendable black. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
That's nice.
It is nice. I'm a real sucker for snowtroopers, old and new, but and I think like you, I won't even dare to tell you how many, but tons of pops and just ones of all kinds of just. It's a sickness we both have, but there was a convention here, and they had a pop culture a stand here, and it was just you could not move for. I mean, again, it's rare pop, a lot of stuff that people find hard to get, so went a little nuts. Nice. So I'll just. What about you?
Let's see. For me, I picked up like I showed before, the Disney Phantom Menace Tsum Tsum collection. Tsum Tsum. There's all of those. I even have 2 Jar Jars.
I like the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. They look quite good, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. Let me see if I can't see what my screen's doing here. Just one second.
You can really tell the difference between the two, even though it's a little cloth figure. Just
yeah, it's like his little beard. He's got Obi-Wan's got his little tiny braid that hangs down, and then also they've got little lightsabers stitched into the side, so it's a little different. Nice. Anakin, his little goggles, his pod racer Anakin, Queen Amidala.
Nice.
Nice. See what about we got Darth Maul. He's probably my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's got his lightsaber on the side as well. And then, of course, Jar Jar with his floppy ears and his big dumb eyes.
He sits plush, that's for sure.
Yep. So
the big beady eyes.
Yep. So that was that. What else did I get? I picked up my Ahsoka shirt. This came out a while back, but I finally got one. The Visions of Ahsoka shirt that was available through her universe. They were out of stock for the longest time, and they came up just
any Ahsoka in that. It's just Vader, right?
Well, it's got her facial markings that overlay.
Oh, so it is. Of course, I didn't see that.
Her little triangles on her head and stuff above the eyes. Gotcha. So it was a really cool shirt that came out a long time ago, and it's been sold out. And they restocked it, and I ordered it like in the morning, and it shipped out that day. So
wow,
A+ to them for that.
Yeah, her universe are very good. I hear a lot of good things about them.
What else did I get? I received a couple of new items that I hadn't seen in stores yet. This was sent to me by Entertainment Earth, the BB-8 Hero Series figure.
Okay.
It's the individually boxed one. It's essentially the same figure that comes in that 3-pack we talked about before, but this has the individual release. And then there's also an R2-D2 in that line that came. So he's got little booster. You can't see it because of the glare, really. But there's a little snap-on booster rockets that you could put on his legs.
Okay.
What else did I get? I picked up the Unmasked Kylo Ren, the First Order Stormtrooper officer, and 9 Nub for the 3 3/4 inch line. I got the Elite Series Boba Fett with the
new cape,
with the new hat, like Malibu Stacy. That's a Simpson. Let's see what else I received. Came in the mail today, actually. The Premier Guild gift, Emperor Palpatine mini bust, which is kind of cool.
Excellent.
I'll be photographing that and posting that in the next couple days from The Empire Strikes Back.
Cool.
Very cool. It's heavy.
I bet it is.
And various pops. I will share my current pop wall status since I haven't picked up my let's see, where is it? Here we go. Share Instagram. I kind of do a weekly Instagram roundup of my pop obsession.
Addiction.
So here's my pop wall at this current state.
Way to go.
It's going.
So you go back to collect older ones, or you're moving?
I'm not outwardly, hunting them. If I see some for a good deal and that I don't have, I'll pick them up. I'm not spending ridiculous amounts of money for some of the older ones, which do get pretty, 2, 3 times, 4 times the retail price. Yeah. I've been skipping those. But if I find a good eBay lot that might have some, and cost averaging, it's not a bad way to go if you're looking to fill some of those older slots. But yeah, I've got my boss comes into my office, is like, this is going to hit the ceiling, isn't it? Essentially, so.
He knows you though, so I'm sure it's not a problem.
Yeah. So that was it for me this week, or the past couple of weeks. It seems like a lot, but spread over a couple of weeks since our last show, it's pretty normal, I would say.
Well, so, hopefully we'll be back to a more regular schedule soon enough. So
that's it for me. Again, like to thank everyone for watching and sharing and prodding us as to when our next show is going to be available. We appreciate it, and we hope we be able to, like we said, be able to be on a more regular schedule now that we've got our
feet on the ground,
and our living arrangements squared away and whatnot. So thanks for everyone that also commented during the show tonight, I had a ton of notifications that there was a lot of comments happening, probably from Kenny. I'll get to answering those later. But again, thanks to everyone for watching, and we will see you on our next show. Thanks, everyone.
See ya.